Well, not about league matches anymore. It's the knockout punch. The team that wins this match wins the cup. And we are at the Premadasa Stadium where the pitch has just got better and better for batting. Another typical Premadasa pitch, devoid of grass, a bit on the drier side, a few cracks. But the analysts believe that there's more spin in this pitch than some of the matches earlier. Toss has become very critical. Teams winning the toss have elected to bat first, and this was Mavanatapattu who won the toss, and he did the same. He wanted to bat first on this pitch. Sri Lanka, Chaminda Vaas is back, so that's the big news for Sri Lanka. Chaminda Vaas is back, heading the bowling attack. As far as India is concerned, finally going in with 5 genuine bowlers at the expense of VVS Lakshman. Well, it's time to join our commentators.
First delivery from Irfan Pathan is a short. Loud appeal. That probably wasn't too far off. Did it pitch on?
Yes, Irfan Pathan needs to make it count. India going into this game with just the 2 frontline fast bowlers. And that's that big shout, pitched in line. Or perhaps did get a little edge. Hawkeye says it might have brushed the leg stump. Good start for Pathan.
First boundary of the innings for Sri Lanka. Listen to the roar.
And even better for Mavanatapattu. First blood for Sri Lanka in this innings, short outside the off stump. And the ball really came nicely. Good bounce for Atapattu, just below waist height. And he loves those deliveries. Talking of the pitch, it looked something in between the pitch that we saw for the last game on Sunday and the one that was played on Saturday. So it could be termed as a 250-run pitch, because in the last game on Sunday the West Indies chased 262, got 7 runs up to that score. The Sri Lankans lost by 33 the previous day.
Could be a couple for Mavanatapattu. Doesn't want to get run out in this inning, so it's not the ideal start here for the left-arm seamers for India. Scoring at 6 runs and over at the moment, Sri Lanka. And this heat, it's sapping. It really is sapping. It would have baked this pitch. Any moisture that would have been in there, and I suppose won't last too long. Very good stop. Zaid Khan, and that's what India will need a whole lot of today. This looks a superb pitch at the moment.
It's a blazing square drive from Mavanatapattu. He had the width for that stroke. The ball pitching well outside the off stump. He was able to free his arms, was in full control, and a very good save from Zaid Khan. Sometimes a little bit of a good stop, a good catch can give a bit of confidence to someone who's lost it in the first over, and Zaid Khan will be helped by that.
Well, he's gotten India off to some good starts by picking up early wickets in this tournament. Irfan Pathan, 6 wickets in the tournament so far, and almost each occasion he's picked up an early one. By contrast, Mavanatapattu's running has been questionable. That could be wided again, and they've gotten a single. So real problems here for Zaid Khan. Real problems. The rhythm doesn't look that bad. A lot of it to do with the release point of the hand, where the wrist and the fingers don't quite come down behind the ball, just a little subtlety. The grip looks good, the rhythm doesn't look too bad, and it's just moving around a little bit more than he would want. 4 wides already. Now runs, at least a couple. Jayasuriya will be looking for 3.
Didn't really smack it, just got into position, used his wrist and put the ball into the gap. Very fast outfield again.
Sanath Jayasuriya stands on the threshold of being the 4th member.
Neatly put away for a couple more. And Jayasuriya moving close to that 10 runs. So 3 pitches used for this competition. That's a new pitch used today. That's pitch number 3. And that's the 3rd one. That's the 3rd one, number 3. Yes, number 3, and the one on the left, that's number 2, and that's the other one.
In the air, or was it into the ground? It's a very good stop nevertheless by Kaif. He brings such value in the field. That surely would have sped away for 4.
It's a great effort from Mohammad Kaif. He hit it onto the ground and the crowd went up with a roar, but not a chance.
How did that miss? Just seemed to come back into Jayasuriya at the very last moment.
First really good delivery that we have seen for this afternoon. Hit the ground and went right through the gate, and Irfan Pathan can't believe it that it didn't hit the stumps. A disappointed captain as well.
That's gone away for 4. 10,000 runs in one-day internationals for Sanath Jayasuriya. 28 without loss. Maybe a couple. Stretch of the legs for Anil Kumble. Not that he needs to get himself warm, because it's pretty hot out there anyway.
Again, an indication that Jayasuriya is not hurried. They've got runs on the board in these first 6 overs, 31. And Jayasuriya just waited for that. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Just waited and waited, and then turned his wrists over at the last moment.
Very good single. Now he's 36 years old, but he's very quick. Sanath Jayasuriya, very fit man. Must be a lucky shirt.
Yes, he does have things which he considers lucky. And that last delivery, it took him a split second to realize that it was Zahir Khan who was getting on the ball. Found that he was just a little slow. He plays it. That's that split second, and then he takes off when he realized that Khan was just a little bit slow getting onto the ball. That's good cricket from Jayasuriya.
Knocked it over. Neera does the trick for India, and Rahul Dravid gets his line right, gets his length right, and the fans are celebrating in the stands.
First blood then for the Indians. Ashish Nehra coming in place of Zair Khan. Just went away a little bit, and Marwan Athapaththu missing that completely. Hits middle and off stump, and the Sri Lankan captain goes. The Indians have picked up their first wicket. Athapaththu bowled by Nehra for 11, and Sri Lanka now 32 for 1.
Surprise, surprise. Local Hettige is the new batsman. Momentum certainly been with Sri Lanka at the start, but they've lost their first wicket.
Nicely driven, that'll be a boundary. Sana Jayasuriya, very good in that area through the onside. Just makes it to the fence.
Looks in pretty good touch, Sanat Jayasuriya. Played a very good pull shot earlier on from the same bowler. Pounced on that half volley.
Oh, he could be out there just for this purpose. His role as a pinch hitter. Another cracking boundary from a Sri Lankan batsman.
Well, that's an excellent shot. I hope he's not out there as a pinch hitter. I really don't like that idea.
He's gone over the top. Not middle it. It's a very fast outfield. That ball has spun away to the boundary.
Well, I don't think there's much doubt he's out there to do a bit of hitting in the first 15 overs and do exactly what he did there. Clear the infield while the Indian captain doesn't have much option to put fielders back. Yes, I think what you're suggesting was probably best summed up by former England fast bowler John Snow, who said the bouncer is a short examination paper you put to the batsman. He could well have had it, and a number have failed the examination.
Are the Indians brave enough to try that length? Oh, it's gone, is he? Strong appeal now, and given by the umpire. Ashoka De Silva was clearly late in making that decision. Still confirming in his mind whether that ball had pitched within the stumps, because there was no doubt that the ball would have gone on to hit the stumps.
Big success for India. Ashish Nehra. That would be the doubt, that it did pitch outside leg. It's always dangerous to give that decision unless the bowler is actually swinging the ball back into the right-hander. That's another reason why I don't like the pinch hitter. He was there for a short time, and it's now 46 for 2.
Kumar Sangakkara is out there. Sri Lanka 46 for 2. They've got their regular batsman in. He's the leading wicket taker in this triangular. 8 wickets so far, and he's not finished yet. Just started in his second over. That's played away nicely through mid-wicket. Waited for the swing, and Kumar Sangakkara just lent himself on that drive to pick up 3 runs. It's 49 for 2. Indian bowling attack clearly looked out of sorts, but 2 wickets have given them a little bit of life. Edge and dropped. Dhoni went after that edge. It stuck. Virender Sehwag in his face is in a bit of pain. It was flashed hard by Sanat Jayasuriya. That is how he plays that shot. And Dhoni late in reacting to that sharp edge. Would have been a wonderful take.
Well, that's vintage Sanat Jayasuriya trying to slap the ball through the offside. Right in the jaw for Sevag.
Beautifully played. What a shot. Great timing, great placement. He must have enjoyed it, Sana.
Once again, the feature of this shot was the fact that Jayasuriya didn't try and hit the ball too hard at all. Just gently stroked that. You don't expect that from Jayasuriya. He normally really thrashes at the ball around off stump, outside off stump, but on that occasion it was just a matter of exquisite timing.
Beautifully played. Pure timing from Kumar Sangakkara. Mohammad Kaf is briskly after it. What commitment from Kaf. Well, that ball was quick enough to win the race.
Excellent timing from Sangakkara. The type of player that's annoying to the fielding side because he strokes the ball and you always feel as a fielder as though you've got a chance of catching up with it.
It's gone flying over the slips. 4 more to Sana Jayasuriya.
Well, Sehwag's had a shocker. He has had a shocker here. These catches have to be snavelled. He's slow and he's low. A bowler struggling for form gets an edge from that man and you don't catch it. Give me a break. That's 2 that's been put down there. They cannot afford this. That needs to be pounced on.
It's gone. And it's your man, Ian. Sehwag has taken a catch at short point. Good low catch. And this is a big wicket. Sangakkara, who is looking good, is walking back.
And he's not happy. He was out in the covers to a magnificent catch by Xavier Marshall against the West Indies. The similar shot is on again. It's on the up. It's sliced. They've just placed Sehwag there and he takes it well. Imagine if he could have had both of them under his belt. Nehra is the lucky man. Sangakkara, he was there for half an hour or more and only faced 12 balls, possibly looking to overhit. Nehra with joy. Sri Lanka 67 for 3.
There's the slow ball, but it's pitched right up. Sana Jayasuriya is in terrific form today. No problem spotting that one early. And he gave it the full treatment.
Once again, awesome timing, awesome timing. Floated up and then cannoned into the fence.
Oh, there could be a run out at the North striker's end. Directed, he was gone by a mile. A complete misunderstanding with the running, and Mahela Jayawardene, when he was running towards the non-striker's end, almost given up. Just a matter of directed.
Would have been a nightmare for them. Jayasuriya was coming. Jayawardene not sure. Rao decided to have a shy, and I think that was the right move. Couldn't do anything else. There's no one else near the stumps close enough to get there. He had to have a shot.
That's it well. One bounce over the fence. Very powerfully hit.
He does pick the line so quickly, Jayasuriya, particularly when it's the spinners, and puts it away. Just look at the manner in which he picks the line. A great stride forward, and again, plenty of space there. The placement extremely good, picking the boundary.
Square leg has been brought straight up. Richard, what's going to be the thoughts now from these two batsmen? How far, how deep are they going to be wanting to see this partnership into the innings?
Another good shot down there. That's probably 4 again. This time he hits it fine. Jayasuriya again picking up the length. And you could see a rather anxious Kumble. So see that these two players, they really know to bat at this stage of the innings. As again he picks it up quickly. Of course, Kumble is straying on that occasion. The line and the length faulty. For the disappointment. Certainly he is disappointed.
It's the sort of strike rate that he has carried all the way through his career to over 10,000 runs. Sanath Jayasuriya has scored at a strike rate in the 80s. To do that over the period of time that he has done it is remarkable. This is a great over for Sri Lanka. 3-4 to Sanath Jayasuriya. Takes him to 50. Is 58 in one-day internationals.
What a fine innings it has been from Jayasuriya, maintaining a strike rate of 86, and he gets his half-century. You can't really let a batsman of that quality off earlier on, and there's no doubt that the Indians are going to pay for it, as Jayasuriya has been showing throughout this innings.
Warner's pushing for 2. It'll only be 1. It'll be 97 for 3.
Let the bass drum go like this.
Thick edge. Spoiling what could have been a very good over. 107 for 3. Be a couple. JP Yadav, the substitute fieldsman.
Yes, Jayawardene has taken over the mantle of Aravind De Silva, who bats around this time, just running those singles around. And this is so very important in the one-day game, particularly when you're playing with a batsman like Jayasuriya. Again, another good single, just drawing back and pushing it through the offside.
Well fielded, Saurav Ganguly. Really dig himself in and look to play another innings as he played in Dambulla, scoring 94. And I think he's glowing, Ranjit.
He certainly is. I think one might say even the fittest of men would find it difficult out there. It's very hot and humid, as we did mention earlier on.
Pick the gap, but he'll only get... He's coming back to 2. He has to push it. He might be home, but the television umpire will decide. He was very quick, Sanath Jayasuriya, but was he quick enough?
Yes, the Indians thought he wasn't. And there you are, that's Dhoni taking the bails off. Was Jayasuriya in? Oh, that's going to be touch and go, and I think Jayasuriya is gone. Jayasuriya is just short by maybe a few centimeters, but that's good enough.
Yeah, no doubt about that. That should be the end of Sanath Jayasuriya. Yet another Sri Lankan batsman, when the innings has been well set, falls to the run-out route. Definitely short by at least 3 or 4 inches. And that's a sad end to what looked a promising innings. He has to go, Sanath Jayasuriya. India will be breathing a sigh of relief. He was setting things up for an eruption. He turned blind, it seemed to me. The basics of running is that you try to keep your eye on the ball. It's a good throw. It's a quick release from Harbhajan. Yeah, he turned with his back to the ball. That is not fundamental running. Not a good exhibition of fundamentals. And he pays a heavy price. He's gone for 67, 122 for 4.
Placement there from Russell Arnold.
Another good shot. Been looking for two. Fielder under pressure is Zahir Khan.
That occasion the throw wasn't quite so good. Harbhajan getting it on the half volley. Might have also just jammed his finger a little bit in attempting to take that one. Perhaps got it on the wrist.
Lovely shot. He's given up the chase. Zahir Khan, Anil Kumble not happy. But it was a fine shot from Russell Arnold. 143 for 4. Great work by Yuvraj Singh. What's more, he's got it directed.
Terrific save. I'm not so sure about the throw. I think the ball is thrown around a bit too much in the one-day game. You get a ricochet there and it's 4 overthrows, and really you've undone the good work.
Harbhajan Singh showing the way. Oh, almost showing the right way to the bowlers, attacking the ball. No extra run because of that fumble. 2 more to Russell Arnold, who is looking in terrific form.
Well, the important thing that Harbhajan did was the route that he took to the ball.
Now, Irfan Pathan doesn't know that the wicketkeeper hasn't taken the catch. Was that off the glove? It seemed like it. First time I saw it.
Yes, he certainly spun around to appeal, and I don't think it was one of those where he was trying to con the umpire into not calling it a wide.
There's a lot of hard running. Saurav Ganguly, fielder in the deep. Another chance earlier to slips that time behind the stumps. That's the one. Dhoni had a chance. There was some talk after Dhoni had that good one-day series against Pakistan with the bat that India might look at him as a test wicket-keeper too, who had more batting to their team. After his performance in this tournament, they might have second thoughts.
I'll tell you what, if the selectors do, they'll have a revolt on their hands from the bowlers.
It's gone down to third man. Ganguly won't get there.
First 4 for Javadna as he looks to pick that scoring rate up. Little fortunate. but it's amazing how often you get away with it when there are no slips in position.
Nothing wrong with the ball. He just shot on the length when he saw the batsman charging. Alan Donald had a good theory to batsman stepping out. He would bowl a slow ball right up to the batsman. That would just deter them to playing shots. 7 runs so far from this over. Another glide down to third man. Ganguly fails to get there too. Bit too fine for those 11 runs of the over. It's 168 for 4.
Another deft touch from Mahela Jayawardene. Another chase. It's Irfan Pathan who manages to stop the ball, keep it in play.
Well, the Indian fast bowlers are having so much to do in the field today. I've never noticed it so much before. Very much like Dayton Butler for the West Indies, who ended up suffering from the heat. But Pathan's had a lot of running. He's had a shoulder injury. He's passed the fitness test earlier in the day. It is not easy for him.
Another fine shot played by Mahela Jayawardene. Fine in every sense. Missed the field at square leg. And great piece of running. Russell Arnold encouraged him to come back for the third. The crowds have gone berserk. 176 for 4. This time he'll pick up a run. The huge roar from the crowd here confirms that Mahela Jayawardene has got to his 50. 23rd ODI 50. Sri Lanka looking good. 184 for 4. Tries a shot one. It misses Dhoni. It'll go away to the boundary. Nothing working today for Irfan.
It's good thinking, even though he's fatigued. He's tried something different, and it's a good different. There's 2 men out there. There may be a top edge on the cards, but Jayawardene gets the rub of the green. It goes over the keeper. He was beaten for pace. And he finds the one gap that man just couldn't imagine he could get the ball into.
This time he's driven him handsomely over cover. That ball will go away very quickly to the boundary. Anil Kumble had no chance. 2 boundaries of 2 deliveries.
Well, we said Jayasuriya was very authoritative at the crease today. Look at this for authority. Right out of the middle of the bat and right in the middle of the gap. Bang! On the up. Easy stuff.
That's played fine. Beautiful shot. Waiting for the ball to spin and then curling it away from Anil Kumble to find the fence. 202 for 4. Shot, ball put away very nicely. What a shot. Russell Arnold was quickly across to maneuver the ball sweetly through point.
Sweetly, all right. Crisp as you like. That's been the case all day. Jayasuriya, Jayawardene, now Arnold in on the act.
Slow one. It's gone in the air. Irfan Pathan is trying to get underneath that one. Ball is away from him. 2 runs taken.
So much batting to come because of this great partnership. 92 runs off 93 balls. Dilshan will probably be unused today. Vas would come in, he's a good hitter. Chandana, a run sneak, and Maharoof, a big hitter.
It's the way that Jayawardene has found the gaps today. His little chip shots over the infield into the outfield, the ease with which he's found the gaps. He's a class player, he's a touch player, he's not a power player. He can hit the ball, but his gap finding is special, and it has been top of the list today.
Again chipped in there for a single, and you hit the nail on the head, Bish, with the word chip shot. He's done that perfectly. He learned from his mistake against the West Indians, where he came out, hit Banks, went through with the shot, was caught at deep mid-wicket. But today he's not gone through with most of those shots. He's just chipped them, and that's worked out very well for Jayawardene.
100 partnership between these two, just 101 balls wide. Pressure's on. Pressure time. The Indians have been feeling the heat in the field for some time. Runner ball scoring. In fact, it's better than that for Jayawardene.
More runs, and they run through with the second. Good running between the wickets. That's been the hallmark of the Sri Lankan batting. Very good running between the wickets. They've turned plenty of singles into twos and twos into threes. Hard work in this humid weather. The sun's gone in, but it's still very humid. Russell Arnold nearing his half-century.
.226 for 4.
That's Russell Arnold's half-century. Raises his bat. He's pretty pleased with himself. Consecutive 50s for him, made 59 against the West Indians. That was on Saturday. He's come today and he's played very well. He's timed the ball perfectly.
In the air, how far has it gone? Pathan was after it, couldn't get to it. The reverse sweep. It's all happening now at the Primadasa.
Pathan couldn't get to it. May have been a better option to just go and stop 3 runs, make it just the 1. But Jayawardene is trying everything. Didn't time the reverse sweep. It stayed in there for quite a while. Got pretty close, but that fall made the ball run away from him.
Second over was very expensive for Anil Kumble, and he won't be happy with his figures. This has gone in the gap. This has gone well, and it's gone for 4. A boundary to end Anil Kumble's spell. 246 for 4. In the air and gone. Mira's got 1. Mohammad Kaif has taken the catch. India needed that.
10th wicket for Ashish Nehra in the competition. He had 6 up to today. Now he's picked up 4. Jayawardene trying to improvise. There was no deep fine leg. He wanted to put it fine off that fielder who's that short fine leg. Failed to do so, just lobbed it in the air. No difficulty for Cave. And a very well played innings comes to an end. Mahela Jayawardene gone for 83. He's held that middle together. Faced the 97 deliveries, and Sri Lanka now 247 for 5.
Tilakaratne Dilshan has just under 4 overs. Just over. length. And Arnold created a little bit of width. Not much, but just enough. 250 comes up for Sri Lanka.
Good luck for Arnold, but it all counts. Just managed to squeeze it. Picked it up well and did just what he needed to hit it as fine as possible.
Tug to mid-wicket, and India certainly behind the cut-off time. They got to start bowling their final over before 6 o'clock, and they're still some 3.5 overs short. Might just be a couple minutes past that clock. Bubbled. That could be out. That could be out. Rahul Dravid hit the stumps. And Russell Arnold could be struggling here. Dravid is absolutely certain.
They ran the second as the ball hit the stumps and went away, but that looks as if Russell Arnold is struggling. Good direct hit. He didn't have more than a stump to aim at, and certainly Russell Arnold is out of his ground.
Yeah, definitely gone. And if there's one way to try to slow things down, getting rid of Russell Arnold will help towards the end of the innings for India. It's been a very good innings, and we should see the red light. Simon Toffel got himself into a good position, but it's being reviewed by the television umpire. That's gone. He's well short of the ground. Red light should come on, and it does. Russell Arnold has to go. It's the sort of risk that you'd expect to see being taken towards the end of the innings.
The second run out in the Sri Lankan innings. Jayasuriya run out earlier. Good work from Dravid. He balanced himself, didn't rush the throw. He knew he had time. And that's the end of Russell Arnold. He's played well today. Fine innings from him. 64 of just 63 balls over a runner ball, and that's very good going. Sri Lanka then 257 for 6.
This summer, Tilda and Sony Entertainment Television Asia have put big hits in the Tilda bags. In every Tilda free big hits promotional bag, you have a chance to win fabulous prizes like plasma screen TVs, DVD handycams, and over 2,000 gift hampers. Get Tilda and get free big hits.
वक्त कम है, तेज सफर है। आती है क्या? इसलिए
Nera. Couple of runs to Dilshan. And Ranjit, it's been fascinating how Sri Lanka have maintained throughout the innings the left-hand, right-hand combination. When Russell Arnold came in, a lot of people expected Dilshan, and now they've got Vasin with Dilshan when Chandana might have come in at this point. It's just fascinating how they've tried to use that to disturb the length and line throughout the innings of the Indian bowlers.
Yes, they're fortunate that they have that many left-handers in the side, particularly coming down the middle, and they've used them very well.
Looking for that Yorker 260 for 6. 16 legal deliveries left in the innings. They'll be looking beyond a runner ball here, so they're looking really around 280.
Harbhajan Singh bowled economically, 10 overs for 40. Ashish Nehra, who's now got the ball, has the best figures, and he's tried his art out. He's tried the variations, and certainly he's still trying.
Call is for 2. Won't be.
Shami the Wasp wouldn't be wanting to push too much just as he's come in. He's had that hamstring injury, fully recovered of course, but he'd still have that in the back of his mind. When you have a leg injury particularly, and you've got to run suddenly, you've got to get out there in the middle and get on with it, you still be a little concerned about it.
Bowled him. 5 wickets to Ashish Nehra. He has been the shining light for India today in this Indian Oil final. That's where he needs to bowl them.
Very good Yorker length. Second delivery that he pitched around there. The first one was outside the off stump. This one was spot on. Middle stump. Nehra is delighted. He's picked up 5 wickets. Dilshan goes for 7. Sri Lanka 262 for 7 wickets.
Now it's edged down to fine leg. Will it go for 4? Now the fieldsman.
Well, looking much better right now for the Indians. Ashish Nehra is doing his little bit in this final over. Once again, right on the block hole, and Chamindavas nearly dragging it onto his stumps.
Dropped. Ashish Nehra, after his superb bowling, puts down one that he should have held. It's more of a grimace than a smile from Zahir. 268 for 7. Gone straight to the sweeper and taken 6 wickets to Ashish Nehra. Second time that he's done that in one-day internationals. It's a day he will remember.
Pitch short. Chandana went for the big hit. Didn't try and control and hit it along the ground. Harbhajan Singh was right there, didn't have to move. So Sri Lanka losing wickets here. Chandana goes for 2, and they're now 268 for 8.
That'll be 4. Searching for the Yorker. Too high. Not easy to put away those, but Bass did it well.
Big gap in that area between deep square leg and the long on fielder. That wasn't difficult to hit. Juicy full toss, and Chamindavas makes no mistake. Gets it right off the middle of the bat. 4 runs.
Lithuanian partnering Bass. And he's gone in the same direction, and it's the same result. That is a good shot.
So suddenly the pendulum swings again. Ashish Nehra, who was so good in the previous over, 2 good deliveries in this over, now goes for 2 boundaries. Once again a full toss, this time an even easier one. The right height to put it away, and Chamindavas makes no mistake.
Something about those Yorkers, a couple inches too full or too short, and they can disappear. Calls for great skill and concentration. 2 deliveries left. More runs. Harbhajan Singh has some work to do. and it's 4 runs. 3 boundaries in 3 balls. Bass has got some life towards the end of this innings.
As the crowd goes berserk, a hat-trick of boundaries, good improvisation. The fine leg is up, and Was moves right across the crease, moves outside the off stump, and Harbhajan Singh doesn't time his dive at all, couldn't save it. And Chaminda Was advances to 17.
Last legal delivery of the innings. Hit down to long off. They'll be pushing for 2. Murali's coming back. I don't think he'll make it. Does he? Television umpire has been called on again to make a decision. A couple of run-outs in the innings already. Is this the 3rd?
Gurinder Sehwag, the fielder, and certainly Chaminda Was, Muralidharan nowhere there. And that's the 9th Sri Lankan wicket to fall. Muralidharan gave it his everything, trying to squeeze in 1 more run, but unsuccessful. So Sri Lanka at the end of 50 overs, 281 for 9.
.281 for 9. The Sri Lankans would be happy with that total, and look at that finishing touch given by Chaminda Was. 18 of 9 balls. Let's not forget the 1 innings that made the difference there. Mahela Jayawardene is the man in form. 83 of 97, and Russell Arnold found the form of old, not before Jayasuriya setting the platform. This could be the problem for India. It was just Ashish Nehra picking up the wickets. You can see 9 overs from Pathan, 9 overs from Zahir Khan, Harbhajan Singh 10, Anil Kumble 10, not a wicket to show for it. So the target is a steep one for India. They need to score at just under 6 runs an over. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the Indian innings. Stay with us.
Down the leg side, it misses everything except the boundary.
It's not a very good delivery to start with Parvez Maharouf. Sort of didn't give Sangakkara enough time to get across. Certainly has grown in stature, Maharouf, in this series, but we'll have to rectify things straight away here. It's going down the leg side, in fact, moving into the batsman and going further down away.
Oh, that's 4. That is awesome, and fingers crossed we see many, many more.
Well, this man can play, there's no doubt about it. Sehwag, Sri Lankans need to stop him early. Just launches into that through the extra cover area. The timing perfect.
That's made it through the gap too. The outfield's fast. I think it will get there all. No, hang on. Murali's faster. Well done. 34 behind Jayasuriya now for the top 3 in one-day international run scorers.
Yes, the Sri Lankans too showing a great deal of urgency. They realize they need to stop runs right from the beginning. And just look at Muralidharan. What a fine shot this is. The timing was exquisite, but Muralidharan, he was very quick across the turf.
Chandanar's after it. Ganguly will settle for 2. They're 7.5 and over after 2. Oh, it's big, and it's over Murali's head. 2 bounces and over the rope. Magnificent stroke play. 20 for naught after 3. Inside edge, and it's past Chaminda Was, who is up there at leg slip catching.
This is always that risk with the man on the fine leg inside the circle. The boundaries are going to come, particularly with someone like Maharoof. On that occasion, of course, Maharoof unlucky, the inside edge, and but still goes past Chamindavas at short fine leg to the boundary.
If you bowl wide enough outside off, like that ball, you might not need the man behind square so deep. Your fine leg will be more valuable, but it's because Maharoof had been pitching on the pads of Sehwag at times. They thought he might be about to play a pull shot or a hook shot, and they'll need protection out behind square. Then he gets his line right. There it is again, wide and fast and short, and it's called wide, finally.
Maharoof certainly a bit overawed here. The big occasion, he needs to try and quieten his nerves. He's bowled so well in the preliminary games, striving a little bit more and well over the batsman Sangakkara to pick it up above waist height, above shoulder height.
It's full this time and the gap's found again. Sehwag, I don't think, has found the fieldsman once.
Yes, as soon as it's driving length, Sehwag's quickly onto it, and once again it goes right through that gap, through the offside. His placement has been absolutely superb. He's never hit a bad ball to the fielder.
That's been Maharoof's best ball of the over. Agonisingly, he turns and watches it go rocketing through that cover gap. He gets it all the way anyway. Keeper up or not, good night.
Well, this pitch certainly suiting Sehwag, and he's reveling so far in the situation. Good drivable length delivery. In fact, he smashes it through the offside.
Now that's how he plays. History tells us he doesn't advance out of his crease. I'm not sure they wouldn't mind him trying to advance out of his crease, getting a little complacent, trying a few different things, and then maybe come up after that. Oh, there's the outside edge, and it's going to go for 4. Third man can do nothing. Adapetto stares it down.
Yes, with the wicketkeeper standing up and no slip fielder, gives him the opportunity of just angling the bat and running it down fine through that slip cordon. So Sehwag batting very sensibly. It's a nice seam position, but the ball just doing that little bit to enable the batsman to get the outside edge.
Sangakkara now goes back. That allows his young bowler to breathe a bit and bowl like he knows how, and he's always done. Now if Sehwag wants to advance him and leave his crease, there's a chance of a miss hit. You never know. Oh, it doesn't look good though. A miss hit is a long way off the cards at this stage.
Well, this would appear to be Sehwag's day. What a good shot. Uses his feet. He saw Sangakkara not right behind the stumps and made complete full contact. A glorious shot. Gave himself the room. That soared away.
Guess what? Sangakkara's back up. This is magnificent stroke play, the best you'll ever see. 1 and 2 and 6. Adapetto is the man with plenty of thinking to do. Sangakkara up over the stumps. 4, 4, 6. 4.
Oh, the young Loku Hittige is really getting the treatment by Sehwag. The 50 partnership comes on with India 53 now. And this over becoming very productive for India. Just look at Sehwag flicking it away.
We'll get a sore neck. Marvin, he's looked left, he's looked right. This time it's a slow ball, swatted over mid-wicket. Has it gone all the way? Probably not. But power once again.
What a over this is turning out to be. Loku Hittige really doesn't know where to bowl to Sehwag at his pace. Sehwag really having a great time. 4-6, 4-4. 22 runs so far. 5 deliveries gone. And Sehwag racing towards the half century.
22. He's tried a few things to his credit, the youngster. This time it's full and it's slashed away. One sliding bounce again for 4.26. This is carnage, 61 for none. There it is. Listen to them go off.
Yes, you certainly could hear the roar. That is more in sort of relief rather than anything else. Chum in the vase. You can entrust him with a job, and he's really done it. Sehwag, a wonderful innings coming to an end. He's covered a lot of ground for India, but he's back in the pavilion, and that's such an important blow for Sri Lanka.
That's the length that he's been quietest with. I wouldn't say totally quiet. Wow, don't the crowd love it? Don't worry about the crowd. Vas has got the comeback. 48 from 22. Well, Sehwag for half an hour. What a delight. He's found the gap, elegantly played by Rahul Dravid. So he's in motion now.
What a good shot this is. A welcome boundary for Dravid. And his first boundary.
Another drive. This time square through the offside. Utul Chandna is very quick. But that ball touches the boundary rope, so 2 consecutive fours for Rahul Dravid.
Just overcooking the length twice in 2 balls. Rahul Dravid not quite the batsman who looked to head on the up, so he needs the ball to be quite full to play the drive. He got 2 balls of that kind, just opening the face of the bat.
That's gone through like a bullet. Making room and playing his favorite shot, his first boundary, and a good one.
He likes to play in that direction, and he continues to play in that direction. And this shot has been played because there are 2 fielders in the catching position, so he's given it the full throttle. Oops. Good thinking by Sourav Ganguly.
Yes, he is straight away on his heels. Mavanata Patu not on his toes. Preparing for the ball to maybe meet him hard somewhere in his body. Taking evasive action. Slower in pace, Maru. That is going to be the general pattern from the Sri Lankan bowlers. They've decided very early in this innings that they are not going to outwit the batsman with their swing or movement. So it has to be variation in pace that can probably fox them.
And I think Sourav Ganguly should make a decision. This is the first 15 overs. I think he should be looking to score as many runs as possible in the first 15 overs. He's not going to be as dangerous a batsman when the field spreads out, when he has to run a lot between the wickets.
H gone through. It's a boundary. Given as byes, I clearly heard a noise, a sound, a woody sound.
Sound as well as a big deflection. And Sourav Ganguly is not happy. He's complaining to the umpire that I got an inside edge, that's a drop catch. Shoka De Silva signaling that as byes, but clear inside edge. Ganguly still hasn't given up his case. He's now looking towards Simon Toffel for some help. You can see the inside edge here. And a difficult catch for the keeper. Sangakkara doing well to get his fingertips to it.
Yeah, that's gone. That's gone a mighty long way. Has it gone all the way? 96 for 1. Loud appeal again. given him. Dilshan has done it.
Well, that's exactly what Marvin Adapadu wanted, and about 20,000 other Sri Lankan fans in the ground. But Dilshan, who did the job in Dambulla for Sri Lanka, has got an important breakthrough. Ball pitching just outside off. That doesn't matter. The pad's in line when it's hit, and I think there was just enough turn there to say that that was going to come back and hit the stumps. Pretty good decision from Asoka De Silva, and a huge breakthrough for Sri Lanka. Gives the nod. Ganguly is on his way. 102 for 2.
Interesting animations and conversation between Dravid and Yuvraj Singh. Fresh off 100 against the West Indies 2 nights ago.
The chip shot, and it's going to get 4 for it. Slow delivery from the bowler, and he's hit it straight where there aren't too many fielders. Lovely shot.
We saw Mahela Jayawardene play some lovely chip shots early in the day. So too Russell Arnold. Now it's the Indian captain Rahul Dravid at full control of that.
Great shot. What a good shot this is. Yuvraj Singh at his best.
That was there to be put away, and Yuvraj Singh made the most of it. Just a gentle delivery which he got up on his toes. Came nicely onto him.
Halfway stage has just been reached. It's 136 for 2. The big booming drive of Yuvraj Singh. Chaminda Vaz, the fielder. 2 more runs to India.
Runs for Yuvraj. Does it have enough pace on it to get to the boundary? No. Just 2. Well, the West Indies proved the other night that even if you're batting second under these lights, it's still possible to chase a big total. They only fell short by 7 runs, chasing 262. That's fiercely struck. Well stopped. At one point, the ball looked as though it was going to win the race.
Excellent work, because there was a bit of a rough bounce there at the end.
.50 to Rahul Dravid. His 62nd 15 one-day internationals and his 3rd of this Indian Oil series. Responsible innings from the Indian captain. He's pulled that well. Looked to be a slightly quicker delivery that was pulled down by Dilshan.
Well, Sri Lanka need a wicket, and yet they brought on a bowler. Obviously they're looking to contain, because you've only got 4 men inside the circle.
It's in the air, and it's well fielded. Chaminda Vaz. 2 to Dravid.
of it is just picking where he wants to hit them at the moment.
Here's the wicket, Bish. It's all yours, Ranjit.
It certainly was something the Sri Lankans were waiting for. They were hoping that this wicket would come sooner rather than later, but it has finally come. The Sri Lankans have been looking to suffocate the Indians with boundaries, and here you are. This was swept neatly but uppishly straight to the man down there, who's gleefully clung on to it. So it's a big wicket for Sri Lanka. Finally Upul Chandana has struck.
First time Yuvraj Singh looking to play the sweep shot for a boundary, and he's hit that in the air, and he's gone for 42. Good innings though. 186 for 3. Mohammad Kaif, the man in. He's also a man with recent form behind him. Good start for Kev, 2 runs of 2 balls.
This is the time that Maruf really needs to hold his nerve and ensure that he stays cool, as precise line and length is so important.
That slip comes off and moves toward point for Dravid.
Dravid continues to bat in his usual unruffled manner. He's just been looking for those singles. We've hardly seen a boundary of Dravid for quite a while. Going to show that he's just not interested in the big shots. Just keeping his wicket and batting with his opposite number.
I think the field isn't right at the moment. They've just got that one fielder at mid-on, which means Maruf is forced to bowl outside the off stump. Yes, the one fielder, and anything outside the off stump, both Kev and Dravid would use that line to pick up the single. I think it's got to be closer to the stump, which means Atapattu has to get one more fielder on the onside. He now has a strange position, which is like a third slip. Just the lone man at third slip. There you go. That's the line Dravid likes. Can be stifled for runs if the line is closer to middle stump. It's not working for Atapattu.
Atapattu needs to get desperate now, as they've got a bit of a window here with the dismissal of Yuvraj, and another wicket really would open up the tail or the middle order batting, which really hasn't been too successful.
And anything on middle stump, leg stump, with that just one fielder at mid-on, get a run. So single of every ball so far without taking too many risks. That's something Atapattu cannot afford to do at this stage. The tall runs are coming. In fact, Sangakkara had a quick chat with Atapattu. Gone up in the air, just wide of that fielder at mid-on. May not carry to the boundary rope. Loku Hettige, the fielder. Good over for India. 8 runs coming off it. It's 196 for 3. Yeah, surely have the edge at this stage. Inside edge, that's gone right behind Dravid for runs. Murli relaying that ball.
There's a tight leg stump line by Upul Chandana, forcing Dravid into playing a short pitch. He really hasn't played throughout this innings, just looking to push it on the onside. Very fortunate on that occasion. So the Sri Lankans looking to force some indiscretion on Dravid as well. He's batted long. We've seen a much better spell by Upul Chandana bowling to that leg stump. Just got the slip in position.
A big full toss. Brings up the 200. 200 comes up for India. The loss of 3. Sanath Jayasuriya has got his shoulder all taped up. I don't think he's taking further part in this game.
Yes, the loss of Sanath Jayasuriya should be also decisive from Sri Lanka's point of view.
All of a sudden, Dravid is looking to hit the ball hard. A lot of bottom hand on that one. He's got 2 runs for it. Since Kaif has come, there's been a flurry of runs. Not the big shots, not singles, couples here and there.
Yes, big partnerships are made by one batsman being aggressive, the other just pushing the ball into the gap. So Dravid obviously realizes that Kaif too is not one of those big shot men.
Come on!
A run out, gone. Dravid is gone. This is disaster for India. Big smile on Tom Moody's face. Dravid hitting that bat on the turf. Now this is dangerous for India.
Yes, you could see the celebration and you could understand the reason why. Dravid working it on the onside, but Tilakaratne Dilshan opposite very quickly onto it, and Sangakkara doing the rest, just knocking those bails down, and the Sri Lankans just celebrating the disappointment in Dravid. Knocks the bat on the ground. It's understandable as well. So India have lost a very valuable wicket. Rahul drived on 69, 205 for 4.
Mahendra Singh Dhoni is the new man in for India. Played a nice little cameo in the last match. One of his favourite shots, punch off the back foot. 2 comfortable runs to Dhoni. Now this is not a bad shout because it's bat first and bat later.
You know that Upul Chandana is hurrying through his deliveries and probably looking to let it go straighter rather than spin it.
On his boot, creating a beautiful angle, a drift if you want to call it. We'll look at this, starting off outside the off stump, finishing on leg stump in the air. Russell Arnold, the fielder in the deep, gets his body behind the ball. Just wonder whether thought would have crossed the Indian minds. The Irfan Pathan could have been sent in earlier than Dhoni, just to keep a left-hand, right-hand combination going, making things difficult for somebody like Upul Chandana, the leg spinner. There goes the reverse sweep, just the 1 run.
Sri Lankans wouldn't mind the singles. As the scoring rate now has moved up to 8.
The last left-hander who got out was Yuvraj Singh. That's look at the catch. Dartfish. Oh, that should be close. It's definitely bad first. Knock comes up first and then the finger goes up in the air. Upul Chandana has struck. It should be an Indian, dumbfounded. This is getting Very interesting, and Sri Lanka now surely have the edge. 8.25 runs per over, 5 wickets left. Upul Chandana striking once again.
Very clever bowling by Upul Chandana. He really hasn't been looking to spin the ball, in fact getting into hurry, and that was pad first, right in front. There was no doubt in the mind of umpire Asoka De Silva. Dhoni was too late on the shot, giving room for the ball to spin, and that was hitting middle stump. So Upul Chandana certainly has struck at a very, very critical time again, and he's done so well. Dhoni is gone. LBW to Upul Chandana, 216 for 5.
216 for 5, 66 to win from 48 balls. The new man is Irfan Pathan, and this Indian Oil Cup reaching its climax here.
Cameo from Irfan Pathan is required. Murli is getting the ball to spin and causing a lot of headaches for the Indian batsmen. Indian batting knew this perfectly well, that at the end of the day it'll be Murli versus the rest. And Murli once again rising to the occasion. None for 22, 7.1, and Upul Chandana, good support from the leg spinner, 2 for 31. And because of these two, the required rate at this stage is over 8. Terrific bowling as a pair.
Once again, the boundaries are protected. The boundaries have dried up. The runs haven't. And it's getting tougher.
Straight away, not read by Irfan Pathan. Only then just missing the target on that occasion.
These two are the best two that Sri Lanka could have had in the attack at this stage. That's the total top spinner.
Bowled him. Muralidharan has picked up his first. That's a mighty blow. Irfan Pathan taking the option of coming down the track and lifting Muralidharan. It didn't work. It's working mighty well for the Sri Lankans.
Well, he missed the top spinner. He's missed the second one. In between those two balls, he's missed the kicking off spinner. So Murali is weaving his magic. He loves new batsmen. He loves tail enders. It isn't easy. 219.
Harbhajan Singh has walked out there in the centre. That's scooped in the air, straight back. Very good shot. Middled it beautifully. Mohammad Kaf, it's a boundary.
Hasn't bowled many of these, if any. Chandana, low full toss, straight onto the middle of the bat of Kaif. Minimum of effort, great timing, just a punch down the ground.
Good hit. Looking for the sweep shot. Harbhajan Singh goes away. He had to dive to get back home. Bout of nerves.
If this is Dilshan, it's the greatest comeback since Lazarus. Look for number 55. No, it's not. It's Marvin.
That's played fine. Harbhajan Singh. Oh, goodness me. What was he doing? Not looking at his partner. And Mohammad Kaf once again been involved in a run out. No communication at all. He was ball watching, going nowhere.
And he's ropeable. He is ropeable. Off spinner this time. He picks it, plays a nice glide. Maharu, what a great arm he's got. Straight over the top. I'm pretty sure there's not a single there. Cape was in the right, but no way was Harbhajan letting him up. He was glaring, staring, gesturing. I'd hate to be in the dressing room. He's still playing some shots. 223 for 7.
India in big trouble. They're losing wickets quickly, losing their way quickly. Another run pitched. Is it all directed? He's gone. He's gone. It's going to be touch and go, but umpire Ashoka De Silva feels that Sri Lankans have made a strong case in their favour.
He was nodding the head when he signalled for the third umpire. Sangakkara is right on the money. Nicks it. Just nicks the stump. Now we can turn our eyes to the bat. Oh, good luck again. Good luck. What brilliant reflexes. Good anticipation. Moved away. Glove got taken off straight away. On the fall, he's thrown it. It's nicked the stumps, and the umpire's big hat is in the way. He's okay. Mohammad Kaif. The running's gone astray. The press has got to them. They fell apart a little bit in the field late in their bowling innings too. But of course, words don't mean anything out there. You can't hear a thing. You've got to be very secure, very careful when you go to take a single, especially with these Sri Lankans.
They've been brilliant in the field, especially in the ring, and that has been the other difference between the two teams. Fielding. Sri Lankans have been focused, done fantastically well. And straight one read well this time by Mohammad Kaif, and this time it's an easy run for a change.
But it's a single. There's nothing easy about it. Just can't get to Murali. This is the run-in between Harbhajan and Mohammad Kaif, looking for someone to blame.
That's gone through. Very fine off the edge of the bat. Desperate effort from Maroof. That's a boundary, a welcome for the Indians. He is down, raised himself, Maroof.
Believe this, it's the first scoring shot that isn't a single off Murali. And to me, it was a magnificent effort in the field, but totally ridiculous. How silly is this? Zaheer Khan plays a shot, gets it past the gloves of Sangakkara, who sits down, and then Maroof does a forward dive with a twist, with about 15 stone landing on that right shoulder joint. Ridiculous for the cause of one run.
All for the sake of the team, that effort. That's why it's such a difficult team to beat. They play well as a unit, and they've displayed that quite handsomely in this innings. Now that's gone in the air. Will it be taken? Gone. Gone on second attempt. It's Tharanga who's held on to that one. Another blow. Another Indian wicket falls. They're ready to rock and party.
Finally, you get some bat on him. He throws it up, teases you into the shot. Oh, it hit it. Oh no, there's a fielder there. Juggled by the youngster. But taken to everyone's delight. Unstoppable, unstoppable. 8 for 229.
India have lost their last 6 wickets for just 43 runs. That look sums it up for the Indians. Highly dejected, despondent Ashish Nehra. That's put away through mid-wicket. It's a very good shot. Find the boundary. Mohammad Kaif.
12 and a quarter per over they need. Dilshan comes back into the attack. Murali might be going to change ends and bowl his last from the Kedarama end, but Dilshan dragged an arm ball short, and Kaif decides it's time to go.
He's a fighter, Mohammad Kaif, and I'm sure that he'll go down fighting. He'll try very hard. And it's Muralidharan. Direct hit would have got Anil Kumble in a lot of trouble. Throw was on the bounce to the keeper that allowed the runner really to come back just in time.
Probably the difference between the two teams is India didn't let the Sri Lankan spinners go wicketless. It was the plan of both batting teams, I believe. It became quite obvious what Sri Lanka were doing with Kumble and Harbhajan. but they just haven't been able to withstand the Sri Lankan spinners themselves. 3 wickets between them, 4 wickets between them. Dilshan 1, Chandan a 2. And 2 to Murali, so 5.
Just the all-round depth in the Sri Lankan lineup has given them this advantage. Tilakaratne Dilshan, the support staff, has bowled really well. That's gone. India, will this be taken? Oh, it's Upul Chand now who got in a very awkward position. I think he probably missed it in the lights in the background. That has gone away to a boundary.
It was cracked. It got real big on him late. He must have lost it late. And the hands were the other way round, and he was hoping for it to come out of the lights, maybe, who knows. Lucky he got some hands on it before it went into the face.
.244 for 8. Now that's gone in the air. This should be taken. It's Mavanata Patu. And he makes no mistake whatsoever. Mohammad Kaf top-edging the ball. Mavanata Patu had to wait a great time before netting that one easily.
The shot was on, the ball wasn't there to hit, but that's the zone of the field that was unprotected. But you have to get it over Mavanata Patu. Over him, there's a massive gap, so you can see why Cape was playing the shot. The low full toss picks up another one. More success for Chaminda Vas. 246 for 9, plenty to win.
Indian batsmen tried hard. Virinder Sehwag got them into a very, very positive frame of mind with a breathtaking 48 of just 22. Good partnership between Dravid and Yuvraj got them going, but then things didn't work out. Muralidharan bowling his last over. Anil Kumble comes back for the second. Kumar Sangakkara is not happy with that effort. Dilara Fernando is out there meandering in the field.
He's been meandering all day in the dressing room, running after them, gloves, drinks, towels, and now he's in trouble.
Close enough to call by Simon Toffel. Doesn't agree with Muralidharan.
Missing off, I'd say, was the Dusra, or was it a top spinner? It hit him in line. Wide on the crease was the Dusra. Very close, but possibly.
It's very agricultural in nature, but very effective. It's a 4.
Not often does Chaminda Vas allow you to get up and under. Just in the slot for the cross bat shot through mid-wicket.
They've been great supporters. It's all over. Chaminda Vas rejoices the victory, as does Mavanata Patu. This is a tremendous effort from a team that was willing to fight, willing to win. In the end, they were the better team on the day, and that is what matters in one-day cricket.
Doesn't it ever? Look at that for team spirit. For what this nation has put up with just 9 or 10 months ago, they bounced back into one-day international cricket with a magnificent win. The explosions are going off here at Premadasa. Jayasuriya, who led them with the bat so brilliantly this afternoon, comes back onto the field. Moody, eyes off an explosion. Fireworks everywhere. The crowd have been non-stop the whole day. Drums, trumpets, flags, non-stop energy.
Well, falling short in the end were the Indians, and you can see the tail just not putting up a fight. And once that partnership between Dravid and Yuvraj Singh was broken, India just struggled to compete with Sri Lanka. A big difference from the Indian bowling performance. The wickets here distributed. So the Sri Lankans got wickets at regular intervals. Chaminda was 2 wickets, and that wicket of Sehwag was the important one. Dilshan getting an important wicket, a few run-outs as well in that. Muralitharan once again very clinical in his performance. 10 overs, 35 runs, 2 wickets. And Chandana has been such an important member in this Sri Lankan one-day.